Hi, I'm Underbelly, and you suck at producing. Scales, who needs them? Telling you what notes you can or can't play? Well, what if I told you that we could actually use scales to write better music? Let's get started. Okay, so check it. So if I just click on this empty MIDI clip here, holy shit! That's a lot of notes! Gosh, the world's gotten so complicated these days. And if you're anything like my Uncle Joe, you're going to need to severely limit your outlook on life just to be able to cope with the complexity of the modern world. Best way to do that is just by moving your cursor over on the left side here by the piano, clicking and dragging, and wowzers, that's a lot more manageable. But here's the thing, still kind of a lot of notes. Looks like every time there is a C here, the pattern of notes simply repeats. So really, instead of having a bajillion notes, all we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 notes before the pattern simply repeats again. Now, you'll notice that some of these notes are white and some of them are black. And a lot of people these days want to go back to a simpler time, a time where there were simply only white keys. Now, here's the thing. That time never actually existed. And a lot of people, especially from Uncle Joe's generation, want to believe that it did in order to cope with their own fear about the future. Let's go back to the 1950s just by clicking on every one of these white keys from C to C, and wowzers, it truly was a simpler time. Here's the thing though, for most people that time sounded like this. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to make some edits here. Let's go ahead and hide the problems of that era just by shifting them over to the left, and now we don't hear them anymore. Here's the thing. Let's go ahead and just actually lay out this scale from bottom to top, just from C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Wowzers. Now, for most people, that sounds happy and jubilant, like Derek having a nice day at the playground. But what if we played the same exact white keys, but instead of starting off on C, we went from D to D? So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to highlight all these notes here and just shift them up one. So we're playing just the white keys from D to D. Let's go ahead and hear how that sounds. Okay, so that's a little strange. Looks like Derek didn't have such a great day at school there. Okay, so it looks like depending on where we start in the white keys, the vibe of the scale, the mood completely changes. Let's go ahead and try, instead of D to D, let's go ahead and try, say E to E. So let's go ahead and take all these keys, shift them up a little bit one more time, and let's just hear it, the white keys going from E to E. Okay, so it looks like this whites-only society really had some problems that weren't apparent on the surface. But here's the thing. Say if you wanted to write an angry song, E would probably be your best bet. But a sad song, D, and a happy song, C. So you can use each of these scales to kind of dictate the mood of whatever piece you're trying to compose. Now, if you're a coastal elite, you'd call these modes. And you'd be right. But you don't have to be such a fucking intellectual about it, you dingus. Check it. Okay, so check it. Scales or modes are a super useful tool when deciding on the vibe or overall mood of the track. In the video description below, I've included a graphic describing all of the modes of the white keys with a short blurb of what I think each scale sounds like. Now, if you're still confused about what modes or scales are, consider signing up for a private lesson or joining my Discord to talk it over with some fellow producers. I'm Underbelly. See you soon.